All right, everybody, welcome back to Food for Thought. Let me know if you see anything different about today's episode or hear anything different about today's episode. Boom, right there. If you guys couldn't tell, I finally got a wireless mic and I'm so happy. I tested it out yesterday and this thing sounds way better than the audio coming into my iPhone microphone. There should be way less there should be way less echoing, way less background noise, hopefully, and I'm just super excited to use this. So let me know what you guys think of this microphone in the back or in the comments. And I'm just super happy as well because now I can walk around and do other things while I'm in these episodes without worrying about my voice fading into the background. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. And let's hop straight into today's episode. We are going to be talking about hedonism, but more just generally good habits and how those can benefit you so greatly. So I think that we should start this out by defining what hedonism is. And I have the definition right over there. I want to get this right, so I will go over there and you guys will still be able to hear me fine. So hedonism is a philosophy centered on the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. It exists in different forms, including the ethical belief that pleasure is the only intrinsic good and the psychological view that all actions are motivated by the desire for pleasure or avoidance of pain. So, hedonism is really, the way that I think about it is sort of just doing everything to feel good in the moment, so that's like eating whatever you want in the moment because it makes you feel good with no regard about, how it affects your health in the future. Watching a YouTube video instead of studying because you don't want to study and you want to watch YouTube in the moment. And I think that hedonism is often portrayed in young children, like toddlers, because that's all that they really know how to do, right? Is to just do what makes them feel good. And it is a very dangerous thing to idolize, to just prioritize feeling good over everything. And the main direction that I want to go with this is when we're talking about healthy living practices and healthy eating, healthy sleep, stuff like that. And the reason that I'm doing that is because over the past couple days, because of situations with school and just work that I've had to do, I've ended up staying up pretty late the past couple days, and it kind of messed up with my sleep schedule. And I was thinking how important sleep is, how important things like that are. Because, it looks really ugly. Let me get that out of the way. How important sleep is, how important healthy eating is, and the fact that there's a really specific direction that I want to go with this, and I'll just kind of hop straight into it. So I don't know if anyone watching this feels the same way, but I've had feelings in the past or moments in the past where I can't explain why, but I just feel anxious. I just feel a sort of sense of dread or just a sense of something being wrong in my life. And it's not been caused by anything specific to my knowledge, because at the time I was like, well, nothing bad is happening, nothing stressful really is happening right now. But every time that's happened, there's been a common factor, and it's usually always a factor of me living unproductively or living hedonistically for a period of time before feeling like that. And it usually comes on the back of me just having have had a terrible diet for the past few days, or having slept really bad the past few days before that, or just having been not productive at all for the past few days before that. And I think that those two are definitely connected. I don't know the science behind it, so this is going to be mostly anecdotal. But I just know that sleep and diet are so important for just how you feel on a day-to-day life. So many people don't know how good they can feel because they have never really had, you know, a good diet and a good sleep schedule dialed in for a solid amount of time to actually feel the benefits. So you might not even be realizing that you're living at a substandard quality of life, because having a poor diet and poor sleep, it affects your hormones, it affects, you know, a ton of things in your body, your mind. I love licking a spoon. And it's only when you fix those things in your life when you realize, wow, I actually didn't feel good for so long and I didn't even know why. And that's something that comes about for me when I think about those random moments of kind of dread that I would get. Because the fact was, whenever I'd have those moments, I would end up, you know, I kind of knew what it was from eventually. After a little bit, I figured it out because I saw that pattern of always feeling like that coming on the back of living poorly. And eventually, I was able to just get rid of those whenever I would start, you know, doing something productive, whenever I would start eating right, sleeping right. And I think that I have a pretty good schedule going right now, a pretty healthy lifestyle. And I never get those, or not never, but I rarely, if ever, get those random episodes of anxiety and helplessness and just the feeling that something's wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on what that is. And I truly believe that that's a result of my living habits. That's a result of my religion, for one, as well. And it's all a combination, right? Delicious. I hope that the audio is good. You guys let me know what you think. I'll obviously be listening to it as well. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I get to have this wireless microphone. I'd like to thank my parents. If you guys are watching this, I'm not sure if you'll watch this or not, but I'm so grateful to you guys for giving me this opportunity. So thank you guys so much. It's so nice to just be able to walk over there, not worry about the audio being, you know, messed up. It's kind of weird though. Every time I do walk over there, I'm thinking subconsciously in my mind already, I'm like, oh, it's going to sound like I'm talking from across the room. But that's not the case anymore. What a nice luxury to have. Oh, and the mic I'm using, it's called the, I still need that, whoops. It's called the DJI Mic Mini. It is, I got it on sale on Black Friday and I had to get the lightning adapter too because my phone uses lightning still, but this is still a relatively, like one of the relatively cheapest options to still get, you know, like a good quality one, I believe. I don't know much about microphones, to be honest, but yeah, so I think that everyone should try to take a little bit and just get, your diet in order. Eat whole foods, try to cut out processed stuff. Try to get 8 hours of sleep a night if you can. Sleep is so, so important. Even just yesterday, I remember I got like 3 hours of sleep the night before. And I could tell my brain was working at such a worse capacity than it normally does. Just after 2 nights of getting relatively poor sleep, I could tell I was reading books and I just couldn't focus on what I was reading. It was nuts. I was like, I can't focus on anything. And it's just crazy how that perfectly lined up with me getting a couple bad nights of sleep. So if you can, I know maybe not everybody has the luxury to be able to sleep 8 hours a night, but I think it's something that you should be prioritizing very highly in your life. So unless you literally cannot get that much sleep, I think you should try and get at least 7 hours. 7 hours is like the minimum for an adult. And just see how it affects how you feel, how it affects your mental state. Because I think that, at least with me, I had the mindset back when I was living differently that it would be worse off to have the healthy eating and healthy sleep habits, just because, doing those things is not necessarily what we want to do in the moment. But for the kind of decrease of what you want to do in that moment will just raise the quality of your life in the rest of your life so much that it's totally worth it. You'll feel better in everything else that you're doing in the day. And who wouldn't want to do that, right? 11 grams of honey. This oat bowl has been so good recently. That's why I've just been making it like every day. And also I have these bananas that I don't want to go bad, and this was the last one that I bought. So tomorrow's breakfast will be different, but here we are. Look at that. Let's get a little of the berry color in there. There we go. That's a delicious bite right there. The crunch from the dark chocolate, the sweetness from the honey, the creaminess from the protein powder and the berries mixing together. So good. Anyway, let's do the quick recap for today's episode. Number 1, I got the wireless mic, which I'm super pumped about, super excited about. Hopefully that sounds good. Hopefully it's working. And we talked about how hedonism can be a negative effect on your life, and just pursuing pleasures in the moment, staying up late, eating poorly. It not only does it take away from other things in life, but it just generally will decrease your quality of life. Let's say this is the average, your quality of life. When you have good sleep, boom, it goes up like that. Good diet, boom, goes up like that. Just because I don't know the science behind it, like I said, but it has stuff to do with your hormones and the way your body functions and the way your body clears out junk, clears out the bad stuff from it, all of that. So while you may feel good in the moment doing those things, staying up late, eating junk food, and while I think those still have their place, you don't have to cut them out completely, obviously not. I don't cut them out completely, but in general, you want to have a baseline, because while those things feel good in the moment, they do this to your average quality of life. They bring that down, and they lead to you just feeling bad and you don't know why. Well, that's what I've seen, at least. That's what I've noticed. So eat clean, sleep well, and thank you guys for watching. See you in the next episode.